What is good, everybody? This is Charles from Team COJ coming at you guys here with a top deck list discussion, and today we're going to be featuring a top 8 list from a regional in Spain, Synchron Adventure or Adventure Synchron, piloted by Oliver Ashworth here. And I do have a few deck lists from this event, so I will be trying to get them out and get them to you guys. I feel like I want to do like a bigger crunched video together, but that's really hard to do because I want to go in depth. That's the entire point of the series, to go in depth on the deck list. And when you try to cram 4 or 5, you're looking like a 30-minute, if not longer, video. We're going in depth each one, so I figured it's probably easier just to stick to one at a time, and we just upload multiple ones. But anyway, please remember, if you guys have your own deck list, you see a deck list, or like you top an event, whatever, go ahead and join the Discord down below by the links in the description. Come on over, drop the deck list in the top deck list channel, and then I will get to it as soon as I can. I kind of underestimated how like fast I'd get these. I've had like tons of these be sent in to me. Then I have like personal deck lists that I will go and like make on Omega and go over and talk about eventually. But anyway, we're just going to talk about some of the most interesting ones that we've seen. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Please remember, actually, if you guys want to help support the channel, hit that subscription button, ding that notification bell, and hit that join button and become knighted. Get perks and rewards, all that stuff, helping the channel out directly. Yeah, not much more can be said. So anyway, into the deck list here. I like the layout, first off. I love, shout out to whoever does the layouts for these deck lists. You're the real MVPs here. But anyway, top 8 Synchron Adventure. We are rocking 3 Tengu. Tengu is a card that you see some people play and some people don't. There's tons of different lists and variants of Synchron. There's tons of different lists and variants of Adventure Synchron. But Tengu is really good because you normal summon it and then it's a level 4. You can do some crazy synchros, and then Tengu replaces itself when it's sent to the graveyard. It brings out another one from the deck, which is self-replacing. It's level 4, so all you need is a level 1 to make speeder, and it's pretty crazy. We all know the Adventure package: 3 Water Enchantress, 1 Griffin Rider. The Water, like the Enchantress and the whole Adventure package, is kind of nuts in this deck because it gives you a level 4 token, which also gives you a negate with Griffin Rider, but also a level 4 token. 4 plus 1 equals 5. So all you gotta do is get a level 1 tuner out there. You're off to the races. And then, of course, Griffin Rider, we know what that is. But anyway, Stardust Synchron and Stardust Trail. Probably the best Synchron in the deck is probably Stardust Synchron. This card allows you to add a Stardust, I believe a Stardust card on summon. And then on top of that, I believe that the combo is you summon out Stardust Synchron, add Illumination. Illumination then can Foolish Burial, or if you control a Stardust monster, you can summon from the deck. Stardust Trail allows you to special summon itself when a card is tributed, and then when it leaves the field, it gives you a token. 2 Kashtira Fenrir, very interesting with the 2 Fenrir. 2 Jet Synchron, 1 Assault Synchron, 2 Revolution Synchron, and that is it for the Synchron lineup. So for those who don't know, you make Junk Speeder, and the extra deck in Junk Speeder summons up to 5 different Synchron names from the deck. So you always got to make sure that's slide. That's probably the 2 of strategy. You play 2 of the most important, and then 1 of like the least important, which clearly this scenario is Assault Synchron. It's not that important. It's clearly not the most important one. There are some pretty cool combos that you can do with Assault Synchron by tributing something and then banishing Assault to bring back what you tribute. Really cool. Do keep that in mind. We do have the Magician Souls and the Illusion of Chaos, and I believe these 2, I mean, like the Illusion, the Ritual searches the souls, so you're technically playing 2 souls. There's a lot of continuous spells you play in the deck, thanks to the Adventure package and stuff like that in the deck list. So pretty much it makes the souls be able to send 2 spells that draw 2 just free. 1 Dispel Star, the Black Witch. This card is phenomenal in Synchron. If you guys are not familiar with Synchron, back in the day, they used to play a dot package called the Dawnwalker package, and that package would help facilitate level 8 synchros, such as Chaos Ruler and stuff like that. And then once Chaos Ruler went away, it wasn't justified because you had to play a brick in the form of the Ant with the Dawnwalker package, and you just see the Ant all the time, and it just sucks. But now, with the introduction of the Dispel Star, you don't have to play the brick, and you get more out of it than you could ever imagine. You get a draw, you get the ability to summon Jet from the deck, and you still get to facilitate the level 8 synchro because the Witch is a level 7, so then you get to summon out level 1, make a level 8 synchro. Also take note, the Illusion, the Ritual monster there, can also dump the Witch to the graveyard as well. I don't know if that'll ever come up. I don't know if it does come up, but it is possible to do. But 3 Ash Blossoms, standard hand trap. I feel like if you can play hand traps, in my opinion, you need to play higher impactful hand traps, but I also understand that Ash is always good. It might not ever be enough, but it is good, and in some situations, Ash can hit everything. 3 Rites of Eremacir and 1 Fateful Adventure, 1 Stardust Illumination, 1 Tinky to search out the Tengu, which really is, like I said, another continuous spell that you can send with the Magician's Souls. 2 Tuning and 2 Overtake. We all know what Tuning does. adds any Synchron monster, but then you mill a card. Back in the day, it was add Junk Synchron, hopefully mill Doppel Warrior, and then you just combo to the moon. Synchron Overtake, Synchro Overtake is definitely another consistency card that allows you to pretty much summon any of the Synchrons from your main deck, as long as you have the appropriate like warrior monster in the extra deck, such as like Jet Warrior, Junk Warrior, etc. And then we have one Call by the Grave, because sacking one of us to hit those pesky hand traps is really good. 3 Wanted and 1 Original Sins, and 1 Draco back. They'll round up the spells. 3 Wanted gets you to the Witch. The Sinful Spoil card allows you to summon out the Jet from the deck if needed, or hand if you so happen to. And then 3 Infinite Impermanence. Not much really can be said here. Hopefully we haven't got to the extra deck yet, but maybe he's playing like Librarian, TG Librarian to draw cards maybe. But anyway, let's go on to the side deck. So the side deck, we are watching and checking out 3-Draw Lockbird. Such a powerful card. It's kind of crazy how this card went to being a main deck card, 2 in a side deck card. It just hasn't been able to leave yet. 1 Nibiru, which is interesting, definitely for the crossouts later, further on. 3 Kaijus. Guy must be have my same issue where if I'm going to draw a 6 card, I'd like to draw a Kaiju and not Nib. And then 2 crossouts. I still don't know if I agree with 2 crossouts. I feel like if you're playing crossouts, that means your deck hard loses to something, and you should maximize on seeing crossouts. That's the only reason I can argue that he's probably playing Nib. But I feel like Synchron is just very close to like Manadium and Infernoble, where there's definitely some combo lines, probably more consistent combo lines that can get you to some form of disruption, whether it be the Griffin Rider or Baron before you commit to your 5th summon to hit the Nib. So maybe... And then I guess also to make note, I guess the crossouts can also be used in conjunction with like Ash and Imperm as well, because Imperm on Junk Speeder can kind of ruin your plays. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster and 2 Lightning Storms. Harpy's Feather Duster, we all know, got to keep strapped for your control decks and back row decks. The Lightning Storms are probably flexible in the sense they can be used for combo versus other control strategies. 1 Triple T, that's interesting to see. Rhyme, I can make a rhyme anytime, you know what I'm saying? Poet didn't even know it, but 1 Triple T, I don't know why you'd play 1. I feel like because I don't see no thrust to be able to get to it, so I don't know if you're like using it as a crossout target, which is interesting. I'd love to be able to hear the logic with that. The Scarlight, this one makes sense because it's a time card. You put it in when you know you're getting close to time, then you can like burn for a lot of damage. And then 1 Gotham's. I wonder why Gotham's is in the side deck. I mean, I understand there's a hand, like Synchron can do a lot of crazy things, and one of the things it can do is loop you for like 5 cards. Pretty insane, especially if you're going first. So I wonder why he chose to side deck this one. I can see like Trishula down in the main extra deck here. It just seems like you would want to have Gotham's already there, and then like you would side out Gotham's when you know you're going second, right? I digress. Anyway, on to the extra deck, we got a SL Synchron, I believe. SL Synchron, yep, that's card's pretty crazy. Allows you to manipulate levels. 1 SL Stardust Dragon. We all know what this card does. 1 Stardust OG Dragon, which you have to play for playing the SL if you want to use the SL's quick effect to Synchro. You actually are able to use a SL to quick effect tag into Stardust, and then you don't have to Synchro with that monster. You can just Synchro summon in general, so you can make your Junk Speeder be unaffected by card effects. Pretty cool there. 1 Scrap Dragon, which is like the level, it's like an Earth Synchro or the Earth level that you need to make the Gotham's, which I said is very interesting why he has Gotham's in the side deck and not the main deck, since he's keeping the, like, it just seems, I mean, yeah, it can like go second and pop cards, but just interesting. 1 Junk Warrior. If you guys have ever heard of Soul Charge from the deck, that's what Junk Warrior does. It summons pretty much as many Synchrons as you want from the deck. Without this card, this deck would not be what it is today. I truly believe this card is phenomenal. It kind of cracks me up when people are like trying to say you need to hit cards like Isolde and like these like cards that summon 1 monster from the deck, and it's like, have y'all read Junk Speeder? It literally summons 5. And it's just as fragile as all the other cards. But anyway, 1 Dispeter, 1 Crystal Wing, 1 Jet Warrior. I believe that's, yeah, Jet Warrior allows you to, you know, use the overtake to get to Jet Synchron. And then you have Trishula, which we all know what Trish does, rips from hand, field, or graveyard, and turn 0, it can just hand rip. Omega, we know what that is. Omega plus Dispeter allows you to rip 2. And then you have Baron de Fleur, Crimson Dragon, Stardust, Riser Dragon for level modulation. And I think you have to play Stardust Riser if you're playing the Tengu package too. I think that's what one of my buddies was telling me. A Satellite Synchron, which this card literally just, you can just blow up to like 10 cards, if not more, going second. And then Black Rose Dragon. This plus Revolution Synchron just can potentially out a whole board, because you can, I think Tengu, I think I was told Tengu always has to be Chainlink 1. So Chainlink 1, Tengu, Chainlink 2, Black Rose. So you pretty much get to nuke the board or bait something, and then Tengu summons out, which is kind of cool. But that is it for this Synchro Adventure deck profile, guys. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. If you guys have any questions, comments, maybe you guys can put in your own input down below. Go right ahead. But anyway, this is Charles from Team COG signing out.